Oh, thanks, Will.
Yay, Mommy!
I like you.
However, I will not be improving. I have notes.
Me too.
Yeah, matching colored notes.
That's weird. I wonder where I got my notepad from. So the really funny thing is, Tim said two things that I have to talk about.
Oh my goodness.
How I thought my parents were perfect, and how my mom once said the F word.
Alright, that's it. That's enough of that.
It's kind of weird, so let me just bust out my notepad really quick. So I thought growing up that my dad was the perfect husband because he was such the family man. He worked a lot, he bought toys like the boat and the trailer, and we had the summer vacation every year, we took family trips, we were able to take our friends and our cousins, and he really is the guy, let me just take off my shoes, that kind of brings us all together. And I think growing up, until I got back from Australia and was a total brat, I was a daddy's girl. And we would ride the bike, and he would take me all these different places, and we would go to car shows and do all this stuff. So then I came back from Australia and was not such a nice kid anymore. And that would be Laura's fault. Way to go, Laura! Thanks.
Thank you very much.
So, none of my notes make sense right now, so let me just make fun of you guys really quick.
Yes!
That's going to be easy.
Dad, I have a long list of things that we're going to tell you about.
Of course!
Just some little quirky things, you know, like you shave your eyebrows. We all know why, but we can't say because there's little tiny kids around with little baby ears. We don't want them to know the real story. The first time Mike and Luana, who are my roommates who are not here, and I wish you guys could meet them, but the first time I took them into my dad's garage, Mike walked in and goes, "Why does everything have a name on it? Oh my God, it's so perfect!" And everything was on the pegboard and it was all perfect, and Dad walked out of the room and Mike goes, "What will happen if we turn everything backwards?" And I go, I don't know, I think he might explode. So we took a couple things and turned them backwards. I thought that was really funny. But he's still around, so I guess it didn't work. If you've ever been in his beer fridge in the garage, I think all the labels, look, he knows, see? All the labels are facing the same way, and they're all in a neat little row. When you take one out, oh my gosh, put one back in. So if you really want to bug him, you can go to the beer fridge and turn them all around.
I can't tell which brand it is.
Uncle Barry and Uncle Bob used to do that to my dad. They'd go into the mobile home and they'd turn the pictures when Dad would go to the bathroom, and then Dad would come back out to the party.
Oh my God! Who moved the pictures?
The garden hose.
Yeah, the garden hose. Whoa, that's another one.
There's one in Idaho too.
You can never do it perfect
But
enough.
see, that's where I'm leading into next, that we learned a lot from you. Here is my notes that I learned from you. Got the note page. If you go into my room, there's notes everywhere. If you go into Christy's house, there's notes, notes, notes. Notes stuck on the door. So a couple weeks ago, I had a note to myself that said, "Fill the pool." And I left it on my desk. And I come home and I'm like, oh, I need to fill the pool. Oh, and Jordan had written, "What are you, Grandpa Mike?" on my note.
I did.
That's funny.
Oh, you know! Danny, tell you some notes from Mike.
See,
Kelly.
they're all over the country. One in Idaho and all over here. And our neighbor makes fun of Tim for it.
So I don't really have anything to bag on Mom about. Is that weird?
Yes!
Of course not.
I
There's
do.
just, no! No!
How can you bag on Grandma? She's
Oh,
perfect.
That's what it says here. Mom is the perfect human being.
Wow.
She can pretty much. I said my mother is perfect. Her strength and her perseverance. She worked for a long time, had to go on disability, and said, I can't do this, I can't lay around, I'm going to get better, and then she's back at work. And hopefully you won't work until the day you die.
Hopefully I will.
Her humor gets a lot of people through a lot of things, and her warped sense of humor is what really makes me giggle. And she seems to think that she was a yeller and a screamer when we were growing up. I honestly don't remember that, but here's the F-word story.
Oh, man!
So children, close your ears. So one time it's summer and I'm laying around and I'm like, yeah man, summer's totally cool. Mom comes in, and there's clothes everywhere. Mom comes in and goes, can anybody in this house do a fucking load of laundry? And I remember going, oh my god, Mom's pissed, Mom's pissed. I better do the laundry.
Chris, I
That's
hope
my
you have an
only,
F-word story.
bad mom
I hope
story.
you have an F-word story.
So,
I do.
Oh,
Please
good.
don't have one, Chris.
No, I don't hear. I know. My mom never said that. Said everything else.
I think that this is what I got out of them. Now, I am divorced. I will one day remarry.
Woohoo!
And
Super hot rich guy.
super hot rich guy, where are you? I'm waiting. But I think here's what I took away from you guys. The secrets of a good marriage. Dad's pretty good at shut up and listening. Just shut up and listen. You can do whatever you want afterwards as long as you're shutting up and listening while she's talking to you. Another one is do it now and ask questions later. Like the laundry, just do it. Just do the laundry and then you can ask her why later. That your family always comes first, always. You guys sacrificed a lot so that we could go on those vacations, we could take those trips, we could do all kinds of fun stuff when we were growing up. I think that was huge. A couple more secrets to a good marriage. Maybe separate bedrooms because you can't stand the farting and snoring anymore. No talking to Mom until she has her first cup of coffee.
Yeah. Just like you, Mom.
And
Just
that's
like
true. It's
you.
just like me because Luana will come out. I'll come out of my room like this. And Luana will be like, coffee first, talk later. And I think that you guys are the perfect combination of grandparents. Because Dad, you can run and you can play and you can do all this fun stuff. And Mom can sit down and teach them writing and reading and playing games and puzzles and even the gardening. And so I think that you guys really balance each other out. I think we're all, 3 of us kids and all 6 of your grandkids are very lucky and very blessed. And we have learned a lot. And before I cry, I'm done. So I love you guys so much. Congratulations on 40 years. Thank you, Kim.
Run.
Yeah, well,
Oh, wow, I love it. How do you zoom? The lens.